now. Can we say that?
All right, man. Part 2 to the anti-Asian situation, and we finally came to a conclusion why they're using one specific demographic.
Mm-hmm.
You want to? What your opinion is?
Black Americans. We the attraction that they use to get other communities' attention, pretty much.
You know, they used the George Floyd situation to convince the people to allow mail-in voting. By the way,
I did not know that.
Yep, they used the George Floyd situation in the coronavirus. This is all in the New York Times article. This is not fake news. This is real.
Y'all, I don't know if you're going to see this video.
I shouldn't say the word coronavirus. All right, I'm going to edit it out. But they definitely used the George Floyd protests in conjunction with, to make the George Floyd protest political. The objective of according to their article, this group wanted to turn the George Floyd protest into a political movement so that they can convince people that, hey, if you want to make what happened to George Floyd, want to fix that problem, vote for this candidate. That's in the article. They wanted the media to cover that situation and make it political. That's a fact. But anyway, so attacks on Asian Americans in New York stoke fear, anxiety, and anger. Hate crimes involving Asian American victims soared in New York last year. Officials are grappling with the problem even as new incidents occur. Now, we know this guy here says that I never cried like that before, Ms. Chang said, describing her reaction to security footage that showed her mother being shoved to the ground last week as a crowded street in Flushing, Queens. To see my mother get thrown like that, she looks like a feather. She's like a rag doll. Now, every video we've seen so far has been a male running up to a stranger and pushing them to the ground. Mm-hmm. For the most part, it's being older Asian people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once again, a few years ago, there was a trend amongst teens to go around and knock out older people. That's a fact. So I don't know if this is necessarily racial,
or if it's just gang related,
or if it's gang stuff, and they're just attacking older people. Now, this is happening in places that are what you call multicultural, diverse areas,
communities.
So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
I think it's propaganda, to be honest with you. I see more instances where white people are fucking talking shit to Asian people.
Well, here's the thing. It's crazy. Black people can generate attention from getting attacked by anybody.
Yep.
Asian people can't generate attention, or I shouldn't say attention, coverage, when speaking about white people attacking them.
They have to have Black Americans.
When white people say something racist or derogatory towards Asians, it's written off as that's white people against white people. Being honest, Asian people are viewed as white in America. That's a fact. In the eyes of a black person.
Yeah, I don't see the difference in them.
Now, I know Asian people may feel, no, in America, we're treated this way and that.
No, they feel like they're yellow.
In the eyes of a black person, as far as the optics of how things go, in the system, it's like when I see an Asian person and a white person arguing, a white dude say something racist to the Asian, it's like that's two white people to me.
Yeah,
I know that might be wrong. That's just how I see it sometimes.
Listen, I don't see Asian people as yellow. Some of them are pretty pale. Now they have a diversity because if you go to like the southern parts of the Asian countries, or should I say or is it the rural or urban? They say whichever one. They actually have darker skinned Asians. They hide those. They in the countryside.
Yeah, the darker skinned Asians are in the rural area. Yeah.
But the ones that become here, they're Euro Asian.
We're gonna watch a news clip from ABC here of them giving a story that wasn't happening.
Montana's Ratanapakdi is grieving for her father, an always gentle soul.
Happy birthday, dear grandpa.
Her dad, Bichar, moved from Thailand to San Francisco to help his daughter and son-in-law, Eric, take care of their two sons. It wasn't long before the whole neighborhood fell in love with Grandpa.
Grandpa always friendly, all the neighbors. Grandpa always teaching us about forgiveness. All the neighbors remember him and he's smiling.
But this is the video no daughter wants to see. Surveillance cameras capturing the moment her 84-year-old dad was...
So this is the video from the first video. And apparently this older man passed away after this attack.
Which is terrible.
It's a terrible thing. And even that
Nobody's
video,
condoling this.
yeah, even in that video, I expressed my opinion that if this is happening, protect your family. I
Yeah.
said that.
If he went up and pushed that old man to the ground, then
Somebody put a hot round in his ass. Hey,
and if the man died, then he deserved whatever sentence
He-
he's going to be sentenced to.
exactly. He deserved a punishment.
Was attacked and violently knocked to the ground on a morning walk.
It's a painful. I don't want to see it. It's a broken heart.
Vichar died 2 days later in the hospital.
He never wake up again, breathing on his brain.
What did you say to him when you got to see him in the hospital?
Dad, wake up. I want him to stay alive and wake up and come and see me again. But he never wake up again. And I pray for him.
The Thai immigrant's death, one of his lawyers, black people and Asian American, and hat, and his lawyer saying his client had no knowledge of Mr. Ratanapakdit's race, since his face was fully covered with a mask and hat, and insists the attack wasn't racially motivated, and instead had to do with a break in the mental health of a teenager. Even though no hate crime charges were filed, some in the community blamed the tension between black people and Asian Americans.
I think they targeting to the Asian American community.
We need the black community to realize that that black people are hurting Asians, and they need to speak out in their own community.
It is not just a black and Asian issue. It is something in the psyche of this country where somehow it's okay to abuse, physically or verbally abuse Asian Americans. We're being scapegoated.
How do you
Now, ain't that the same thing? Ain't that the same thing? The guy who got off, one of the Asian got to get off for the girly killing in New York. He said that Asians are being scapegoated.
Yep, that's the same thing he
It's
said.
the same thing. So anything does for anything, when you talk about Asians and stuff like that, they're being scapegoated all the time.
The officer that killed that black dude.
Kai Gurley, yeah.
Yeah,
They
he got
said,
off.
we didn't want him to be scapegoated. If you're not going to arrest the white officers, don't arrest this guy. Don't blame him for the whole corrupt system. It's crazy.
Tried to distinguish between, crimes of opportunity, crimes of just simple rage versus racism.
We can talk about all the nuances, but this is not just one community. It is every community. We have the tech CEO in the Silicon Valley who verbally abused an Asian family in a restaurant.
Asian piece of
Oh my God.
And then we have Torrance Karen.
Go back to whatever Asian country you belong in. Thank you for coming through.
But you don't get attention for that.
Yeah, but how do you turn around and just target it with black people if all communities are doing this?
for the pandemic?
When the previous administration said things publicly, like the Wuhan virus.
See, how the wait. How does it become about Trump?
It just made it about Trump. We cannot say.
It's not where. Is that not where it's from?
Yeah, we can't say where it's from.
We can't say it. She said it.
We let her say it.
We can't say where it's from.
Nope.
It's a fact. I don't understand. This is crazy.
We said this video ain't going up.
Look, I've said a point. Look.
Don't say it. That
Listen,
shit.
Where it's from is the same thing as what happened with Ebola.
Yep.
Africans were treated very differently when Ebola was floating around.
Yep.
I mean, black people. We'll get into that later.
The China virus, the plague from China. We have to be accurate.
Unapologetically, he helped to stoke the fires of anti-Asian violence against our communities.
Stop AAPI Hate began collecting more than 2,800 reports nationwide of anti-Asian hate between March and December. The NYPD reporting a nearly 2,000% increase in Asian American hate crimes last year. But Dr. One says these accounts are merely the tip of the iceberg.
Our communities are not reporting these incidences. We don't want to cause more trouble, more attention to our communities.
In this moment, with calls for racial justice echoing, a broader conversation is taking shape.
You mean they're using the death of a black man to broaden to latch on to and help
Like they
their
always do.
like that equality act that just passed? How they amended the Civil Rights Act to include them?
Yep.
You mean they're gonna once again get steam off the back of a dead black man? But okay. But let's go to this right here. I'm gonna go down to show this the situation that's going on. Oh, look at this.
I'm a racist.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So
what's your
the
point?
issue?
Why are you here?
Because this is a no zone.
He said it's a no nigger zone.
He didn't say nigga.
Nigger.
He said nigger.
Look at this. Asian Nazi? What the fuck? Even though if you read that, go to my history video, Asians are but definitely not Asians. The Chinese Communist Party, the people in the higher ups are definitely Asian Nazis. They definitely believe they're a supreme race and all that stuff. So that's not surprising. All right. Look at this. This is the Asian Museum. Look at this. Comparing Africans to animals.
Mm.
Look at this. Look at this rotten shit.
Nothing to do with you. Yeah, yeah, so tell your friend, don't racial discriminate because that's a criminal. Okay? What you do?
These are some little white young teenagers bullying an older Asian woman.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow
it's made into a black thing.
Look at this. I live in a city with 41% Asian population. Blacks are not attacking Asians, period. But please note, my friends, that I have mistreated by Asians on the daily.
Yep, I can totally agree with that one, sir.
Asians are so anti-black, I can't take anything they say about us serious. But I want to show this right here. Remember when those damn Asian dudes were beating up on black women?
They was whooping black women's ass left and right in nail salons. And they stupid ass
kept
still going to their damn nail salons and beauty supply stores.
Black men tried to shut it down and they still went. Yeah. All he did was go and give a lower price on the hair and stuff. And
yeah,
you know.
They don't care. They got to get that. They got to get their hats.
I want to show this. This is Jeremy Lin. Now, Jeremy Lin is a Asian American NBA player. Right. He played in the NBA in I want to say like 2-3 years ago, when he pretty much got washed out of the league. He made a comment saying how hard it is for Asian, how hard it is as an Asian that he gets kicked out of the NBA or not signed because he's Asian, basically. And like how if I was not Asian, I would be signed and all this stuff.
Meaning if he was black, he would be signed.
Yeah. So he came out a few days ago and said they're on the G League. He's on the NBA. He's in the G League. He's in the G League, and he said that he was called the Rona on the court. Now, at first, in the first message I saw, he said they called him coronavirus. Then he said, no, they call me Rona, which means I know exactly who said it. It was a nigga. They called him the Rona. Like, let's be honest.
Well,
now,
you know white people saying that now, too.
Well, yeah, you're right. But it's G League. More than likely, it's a black dude. Anyway, so in this, he came out and said how he was called Rona, how the Asian Americans are not listened to for racism and such. Then he made a second tweet because he understood that first tweet sounded like he was saying
some bullshit.
These niggas are out here treating us bad. We gonna finally say something. So here he said, I know it would disappoint some of you, but I'm not naming or shaming anyone. What good does it do in the situation for someone to be torn down? It doesn't make my community safer or solve any of the long-term problems with racism. Wait, if somebody call you Rona, tell it. Say it. This dude the one that called me Rona.
Okay, what's the difference between
now,
calling somebody Rona and saying you got that Rona?
Now, the NBA is doing an investigation. So this is going to come out who did it.
Please let it come out.
When I experienced racism in Ivy League, it was my assistant coach, Kenny Blakely, that talked me through it. He shared with me his own experiences as a black man, stories of racism I couldn't begin to comprehend, stories including being called the N-word and having things thrown at him from cars. He drew from his experiences with identity to teach me how to stay strong in mine. He was also the first person to tell me I was an NBA player as a sophomore at Harvard. I thought he was crazy. Yeah, black man, obviously, he's the greatest motivator on the planet. So of course he's the one that told you. But anyway, so he's saying, look, a black dude called me the Rona, and I ain't want to, call him out. But I want you to know, a black dude also is the one who taught me about racism, helped me get through it when I was in college.
Even though my racism does nowhere compare to his.
So obviously he went on to say the world would have to believe that there isn't enough justice opportunities to go around. That we have time to pay attention to one people group at a time. Now, who is he talking to right there?
One group of people at a time.
Who is saying, damn, what's all this attention this anti-Asian campaign is getting? I wonder who he's talking to. But anyway, he said that. And let me say this. Do I believe on a G League court in a competitive environment he was called the Rona? Yes, 100%. You wanna know why? Because back when Ebola was around, niggas were roasting each other saying you got that Ebola. Like, I remember it. I remember we would just literally joke about each other having Ebola. And we never did that with any other race except black people.
Yep.
So this isn't racism. This is just trash talk. You Asian, that shit came from a certain place, and a competitor, I'm gonna call you Rona. The same way when the Ebola was going around, you black, I'm gonna say you got Ebola.
Yep.
That's how it goes. I don't know. Maybe as a black person, I'm just beyond the idea of name calling being the face of racism. Name calling isn't necessarily always just racism. When I say it's not just racist, I mean that's not something to even give a damn about. I wish the problem black people had with racism was being called nigga. I wish that was the only problem we had with racism.
Yeah, it's a difference between calling somebody a nigger, and calling somebody I ain't gonna say the word, that shit, because it's two different. You can't compare the two.
It's not even about that. I wish name calling was the biggest problem.
Yeah, I mean, y'all get to come here. You get to own stores. You have businesses.
They said it's hard work.
That's hard work.
They said it's hard work. We get it because we work hard. Apparently, black people are just the laziest people.
Yeah, we so fucking lazy.
Because apparently everybody got all these businesses except us. It's because we're lazy.
You come in our neighborhoods and you have your stores. You have your beauty supplies. You got the nail shops. You got your food restaurants that we support and we buy from.
But we're
racist.
We're so oppressive to you.
And then you charge us for everything. And some places you charging for damn chopsticks and soy sauce packets.
But the continued the rise in anti-Asian attacks and racism.
Well,
what does this lead to? What does this lead to, you think?
I think it's literally to take the focus off of black people right now.
Why would they want to take attention from black people right now, you think?
Because there's a lot of reparations talk that's going on right now.
Well, funny you said that, because now you're starting to hear about reparations for Asians for the camps, and they want what they call it. I'm sorry, they talk about reparations for other groups now other than just black people. They want other people to be included in it. Which is always, I can't remember what they said. I remember seeing it. They was like, because immigrants, they want Asian immigrants to be included in it for their racism towards them.
Who's racism towards
America? See, this is why you have to call it Black American reparations, because whenever you just say reparations, anybody can be thrown in it. Because America has shitty people in it. They've been fucking people over for
American
a long time.
Descendants of slavery.
That's the only way. But anyway, that's our opinion on the matter. This anti-Asian campaign that's going on, very interesting. We'll see how far it goes.
It ain't gonna go nowhere.
Will they start writing specific law for them?
Well, we could dive even deeper into this. If the word on the street is true from Chew News, shout out, is it them setting up for communists, for China to come over here and take over? Is that what's going on?
They own a lot of land.
They own a lot of land.
They own a park.
Hell,
they invest in colleges.
Didn't they build the largest China built the largest garden here in California or something? We were reading that like 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Why would China be building a garden in California?
Make you think. Anyway, that's our opinion on the matter. Anti-Asian hate. Stop the hate.
I mean, I wish we had we don't have a Chinatown or international district.
We do.
We just got a hood.
We got a ghetto. We got the ghetto.
We got the ghetto. We got the hood.
We got the projects. But anyway, all praise to the Most High and stop the hate. Peace.